Hey guys, so this morning we are having a party.
Yay!
Woo! Yeah! We are celebrating that Jesus is alive again. We've got a little bit of a challenge to go with our morning. So the challenge is every time we say the word celebrate, we're going to have a 10-second dance party. And we want you guys at home to join in with us. So let's give it a wee go. Celebrate.
Helmet of salvation, sword of the spirit. Helmet of salvation, sword of the spirit.
Okay, so we all have our party hats on, and as you can see, our wonderful decorations, but a party would not be complete without balloons. So let's bring in the balloons.
Okay, so we are gonna get started with a super cool game that you get to join in with as well at home. Okay, so this game is called Buzzy Bees. So you might not have ever heard of it before, but we're gonna explain it now. So what we have to do is we all have to pretend to be little buzzy bees, okay? So you put your wings out and you make a little buzzing noise, okay? So you can sort of like run around your living room. And then I'm gonna say a letter, okay? So if I say the letter P, you would have to decide to be something that begins with that letter. So you might decide to be a pig. What would you do for a pig, guys? There you go. Or maybe you would choose to be a pencil. Okay, so it can be anything, and then you have to make yourself into that shape. Okay, so you'll have 10 seconds to decide that once I say the letter. Okay, so we'll give it a wee practice go before we get into the game. Okay, so let's give it a wee practice go. T. Okay, Sarah, what are you?
I'm a teacup.
Very good. What are
I'm
you?
a tree.
You're a tree. So there we have it. That is what our game is, okay? So let's get everyone at home involved as well, okay? So if y'all want to start buzzing around your living rooms, buzz. S. Okay, what are you, Emmy?
I am a snake.
You're a snake.
I am a sandwich.
You're a sandwich.
Yep.
Very good. Okay, so hopefully you got something that begins with S at home as well. So everyone back up and start buzzing around again. Buzz. R. Okay, Sarah, what are you?
I'm a rake.
You're a rake. Amy, what are you?
I'm a rock star.
You're a rock star. I think Amy, I don't want that one there. But, you know, we'll do another round, okay? So everyone buzz around again. Buzz. W.
Oh.
Sarah, what are you?
I'm a window.
You're a window.
Oh, that's so good.
Okay, what are you, Amy?
Water.
You're water. Very good. Okay, we'll maybe do 2 more rounds, okay? So everyone back up and buzz around their living room. Buzz. B. Come on, guys.
Oh. Oh, can't see me.
Okay, Sarah, what are you from down there?
I'm a boat.
You're a boat.
Oh.
Very good. Amy, what are you?
I'm a basketball.
You're a basketball. Very good. Okay, so last one, okay? Everyone buzz around for the last time. Buzz. Okay, so D. What are you, Amy?
I'm a dinosaur.
You're a dinosaur. What are you, Sarah?
I'm a donkey.
You're a donkey.
Oh.
Very good. So that was so much fun, and thank you so much for taking part in this.
Great job with that, guys. So next, we're gonna celebrate. By singing and dancing. So the song we're gonna sing is called You Are Good. And maybe if you were at Soulmates, you'll recognize it. Let's sing and worship.
kindness fills my life. Your love amazes me. And I'll sing because you are good, and I'll dance because you are good, and I'll shout because you are good. You are good, good to me. Nothing and no one comes anywhere close to you. The earth and oceans deep only reflect this truth. And in my darkest night, you shine as bright as day. Your love amazes me. And I'll sing because you are good, and I'll dance because you are good, and I'll shout because you are good. Oh, you are good to me. And I'll sing because you are good, and I'll dance because you are good, and I'll shout because you are good. And with a cry of praise, and with a cry of praise, my heart will proclaim you are good. In the sun and rain, my life celebrates you are good. And with a cry of praise, my heart will proclaim you are good. You are good. In the sun and rain, my life celebrates you are good. You are good. And I'll sing because you are good, and I'll dance because you are good, and I'll shout because you are good. You are good to me, and I'll sing because you are good, and I'll dance because you are good, and I'll shout it out. Thank you, Lord.
Well done, that was so good. Now we're gonna find out the reason why we're celebrating.
Put on your armor, guy. You got your armor, guy. Put on your armor, guy. You got your armor.
So make sure you use your listening ears to hear what Sarah has to tell us.
Okay, so today we are going to learn about the Easter story, and to help me do this, I'm going to use resurrection eggs. So this is a really, really good way of actually knowing how the resurrection story actually happens. So let's see what is in egg number 1. So let's have a wee look. Ooh, what do we think is good? It is a donkey. So we know what a donkey is, but another wee special thing is that Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey. Now, some of you may know that some people were really happy to see Jesus going into Jerusalem, so they laid their coats down on the road for Jesus to ride along on the donkey, and waving like palm branches to him, which are basically massive leaves. However, there are some people who didn't really like Jesus, and they were known as the Pharisees. So that was number 1. Let's see what's in number 2. Oh, it's rattling. Let's see. Oh, so I have 2 5p's here, and this represents Judas being given the 30 silver coins to tell and show where Jesus was actually praying for him to be captured. So we know that that is what Jesus did, and he was one of Jesus's friends, but he didn't do a very nice thing. So he showed the religious leaders, soldiers, where Jesus was praying for him to get captured. Now, let's see what is in egg number 3. It's making a little bit of noise. I wonder what it is. Oh, so if you see here, it's bread. So this represents the Last Supper that Jesus had with his disciples, his friends, before he was crucified. So some of you may know that Jesus broke bread representing his body, and also they drank wine representing his blood. So that is in egg number 3. So that represents the Last Supper that happened before Jesus' crucifixion. Now, let's see what's in egg number 4. So, in number 4, there are praying hands. So it's this. So maybe when you're praying, you do this to help yourself concentrate on talking to God. So Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, that was what it was called, to ask God if he was doing the right thing in being crucified. So let's see what's in egg number 5. Let me see. Oh, so it is a sword. So when the soldiers came to take Jesus away, one of his friends, Peter, was took out his sword, and he actually cut a soldier's ear off because he was trying to protect his friend from being taken away by the soldiers. But Jesus told him not to do that and just to let it happen, because Jesus knew that that was what he had to do. Because remember, in the Garden of Gethsemane, he had prayed to God and he found out that it was actually the right thing to do. So let's move on to egg number 6. Let's see. A little bit of noise. Let's see. Oh, it's a page. Oh, so here we see the crown of thorns. So thorns are found on like a rose stem. So they're really actually quite spiky, and we don't like touching them because we would hurt ourselves. But when Jesus was on the cross, he had a crown of thorns put on him by the soldiers, and they weren't being very nice to him. So even though a lot of nasty, bad things were happening to Jesus, this is a bad part in his life, but then we're going to go on to a good part. So we're going to finish with a really happy ending. So let's see what's in egg number 7. Oh, a cross. So Jesus was put up on a cross. So this was where he was crucified and died. So another not very nice thing, but this is why you may see some people wearing a cross, and that's to remember that Jesus died for us, so that we could be able to be forgiven for all the wrong things that we do. Now let's see in egg 8. It's making a lot of noise. Let's see what's in it. Oh, so there's 2 nails in this, and this helps us to remember that Jesus got a nail in both hands and in his feet to help him stay up on the cross for him to be crucified. So even though that hurt a lot, Jesus knew that he had to go through this for us to be forgiven of our sins. So we're really thankful for God and Jesus for doing this for us. Now we move on to egg 9. Let's see. It's quite a silent one. And there's a sponge in here. So when Jesus was up on the cross, the soldiers dipped the sponge into vinegar, wine vinegar, and tried to feed it to Jesus. This wouldn't really taste very nice. I wouldn't like to drink vinegar, I'm sure you guys wouldn't either. But even though this happened, Jesus still knew that he had to go through with it. But I don't think he drank very much of it. Now, let's see. In egg 10, there is a piece of linen. So when Jesus had passed away and they had taken him down from the cross and they had wrapped him in linen. So this is like a piece of cloth, or you may think of it as a blanket, but it's something that Jesus was wrapped up in when he was put into the tomb after he had died. So a tomb, you may be thinking, it's like it's a dark cave. It's a big dark cave. Now, let's see what's in egg 11. Oh, so when Jesus was put into the cave, to stop people from going in and actually taking Jesus, they rolled a massive stone in front of it to make sure that no one would steal Jesus' body. And also they put 2 guards out in front as well to really make sure that that didn't happen. Now, our last egg, let's see what's in it. Oh, as you can see, there's nothing in this egg, so it's empty, just like the tomb after Jesus had risen from the dead. So we celebrate because the tomb was empty, because Jesus was dead, but now he's alive. So that's really great because we can be forgiven of our sins, so all the wrong things that we do. So this is so amazing, and why we are so thankful for Easter. So have a great Easter Sunday.
So I don't know about you guys, but so far I'm loving our party, and it's even better now that we know why we're celebrating.
Guy, put on your armor, guy. You got your armor, guy. Put on your armor, guy.
So just like the last few weeks, we are going to be learning together a memory verse. And this week's verse is found in John chapter 11, verse 25. You can see we have our verse written on our balloon wall. So first of all, I'm going to read it out for you guys, just so we can hear it for the first time. This is what it says. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John 11, verse 25. So now that you've heard it, I think we can all say it together. Let's say it together after 2. 1, 2. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John chapter 11, verse 25. Great job, guys. So as we know, today is Easter Sunday, and we are so happy that Jesus is alive, that we're having a party, and we can be so excited that he defeated death. So I think we should say it as excited as we can. So let's do that together after 2. 1, 2. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John chapter 11, verse 25. Great job, guys. So I think we need the whole world to hear this. So we're going to get a little bit louder. We want everyone to hear this good news. But what we're going to do is, I'm going to hold my hand out. And if I go higher, we go louder. And if I go down, we go quieter. So we'll start off in the middle. Let's do this together after 2. 1, 2. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John 11, verse 25. Great job, guys. I can hear you from here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it a little bit more difficult. I'm going to start removing some balloons. So let's see. Let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one. And let's get rid of this one. Let's say it together after 2. 1, 2. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John 11, verse 25. So let's make this a little bit more difficult. We're going to remove a few more. Let's see. And we'll get rid of this one. So we've only got a few balloons left. Let's see if we can do it. Let's say it together after 2. 1, 2. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John 11, verse 25. Great job, guys. That was really, really tough. But I think we can make it even tougher. Let's do it once more. Let's say it together after 2. 1, 2. Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. John chapter 11, verse 25. And this is really, really exciting news, because Jesus was talking to his friend Martha when he said this, and he was saying that even though we pass away, we have a chance to live after death, because we get to live in heaven with God when we choose to follow him. Isn't that really, really exciting? And that's why Jesus died for you and came back to life for you, so that when we're forgiven, we can have a life with God.
Well done. So let's celebrate.
You got your armor bright.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
A bit more with one more song. It's called You Are Everywhere. Now, let's follow along with the actions and sing as loud as we can.
You are in the city, you are in the country, you are on the hills and you are in the valleys, you are in the city, you are in the country, you are on the
Amazing. Well, that seems to be all we've got time for today. But you know, that doesn't mean that we should stop celebrating.
Put on your armor, guy. Put on your armor, guy. Put on your armor, guy. You got your armor, guy. Got my
You can continue the party at home celebrating. That Jesus came back to life. So we'll maybe see you next week back here on YouTube and on Vimeo. See you later.